We are here, right? Array. See, you are accessing array by array name and index number in the square brackets. Then you can access anywhere. Just find out that element index number. You can access that. So I already discussed this. If the array size of an array is n, then the last element of the array will be n minus 1. So if array length is n, what is the last element index? So how you need to calculate? So total length minus 1 you will get a last element index. So first element index 0. First element index 0. So that's our first element index, how we can calculate it. Next, how to access elements? So this is the one formula. Array name, square bracket, index number. So this is the one you can see int is equal to 12, 4, 5, 2, 5. So first element is of 0, you will get a 12. Second element, array name of square bracket 1. That means you will get a 4. Third element, array name of square bracket 2. That is, so third element is 50 you will get. Fourth element, array name of 3. 3 means 3 is an index number. So you will get a 2. Array name of 4, you will get a 5. So this is the how you can so access this. So array elements. That's all main important points here. We covered almost all of them. So here is some of the important formulas. Always if array length, if anybody asks you, you have to write like this. So this is the array instance variable are there, length instance variable. So all arrays have one named instance variable, that is length. So that contains the length of an array. And so int count equal to array name dot length. Array name dot length. So how can you get the last element position? So array name dot length minus 1, if you do, you will get the last element index number. So this returns an integer again. So how can you access array elements? Array name of index, array name square bracket index. So by heart these three formulas. So wherever last element index you want, what is the formula we have to write? Array name dot length minus 1. So array first element means what is the thing you have to write? 0. So you want to start with the first element. So what is the index number you have to give?
0.
0.
0. So last element means we have to write
Array length minus 1.
array length minus 1 you have to write. Array length minus 1 you have to write. One minute. Okay. So array index out of bounds exception, when you will get. So this is a runtime exception class name. Okay. Array index out of bounds exception, negative array size exception. These are the runtime exception names, class names. But when you will get this? So what is the thing? So array index out of bounds exception, when you will get is if index value given as a negative, because we were starting with a 0, right? But if you give a negative index value, then compile time you won't get any error. Runtime, you will face an error saying that array index out of bounds exception. This is the exception, it will be thrown to you. How do you handle that? Means you have to use exception handling concept. So if you enter or insert element at wrong index, okay, so in array or more than the size of the array, and it will throw array index out of bounds exception. Array index out of bounds exception. So when array size is 0, so array is empty, no elements at all, but you are trying to access, then also you will get array index out of bounds exception. So please remember all these 3 points. So then while coding time, if you do anything mistake, so the reasons I am giving, then you can easily correct your code. Then negative array size exception. So when you will get a negative array size, if you provide the array length as a negative, then that will throw negative array size exception. Negative array size exception will be thrown to us. Okay, so that's these two exceptions when you're working with the arrays. How to loop through arrays? So you can loop through arrays either for each loop. So this is the for each loop syntax. For bracket, data type, variable name, colon, array name or collection name. So to iterate the either array or collection, you will use a for each loop. So for each loop syntax is for bracket, so data type, so array variable, colon, array name. What is your array name? What is your collection name? So this variable represents the each element of this array or collection. So first iteration. So first element will go and store here. This variable you can use in the body because it has a value. So that value you can use in the body. So like this, print a colon array name. So now a first contains the first element, second time second element, third time third element, like that. Till last it will store, and if no element, it won't return because this will false, it won't come inside. So that's the how to loop the elements. Or you can use a normal for loop. For bracket initialization, semicolon condition, semicolon increment or decrement, bracket the statements you write it. Okay, so that's all. No, let's go and write some programs on the array. Then we can see more programs we'll write. Okay, let me write array programs. You practice, okay? Array programs. A lot of exercise I have given. This exercise you do that. We have here. So if you go here, all array programs, you see, so without seeing answers, you just write out this one. So practice this. And then check if you get a doubt, you can check that. So a lot of our programs are there. Okay. So we are going to write some of them. Let's write. So I want to, what type of methods you want? Static or non-static?
Static.
Right. Static first.
Static, huh? Okay. So let's
Yes,
write.
sir.
Voice is breaking. So I don't understand what kind of methods you want. So access modifier,
Static
void.
void method name.
So I'm writing a so without parameters. Logic, you build it. So the access modifier is, I can take private, static, so void. So I want to print vowels. Okay, let's print vowels. First declare array. Okay, declare array. What is the declaration? So data type. So array name equal to new. So data type. So how many are there? So what kind of data type is vowels?
Characters.
Characters.
Character. So array name I can give vowels equal to new char. So 5 vowels only, right? That's how to fix the array size. Now you can give array. So this is the array name. So this is the array name. So this array size, if you want to find out, just print the array size. So array size, array vowel size. Size is. So how to get the array size? Array name dot length property. Next. So how to insert the elements? Insert the elements into array. So first element. So how to insert the elements means you have to, so let me give you the syntax. Data type, sorry, array name. Array name, square bracket, index equal to value assignment. The first element means, so this is the array name. The first element is 0. So what is the first, so vowel?
Yes, sir.
A.
So second element. So array name. Second element means what is the index?
1, sir.
One, sir.
So
E.
so third element. So array name. So this one you can put AE, I. Fourth element. So array name. Fifth element. But I'm storing a sixth element also. Can we store sixth element?
No, sir.
So what will happen? Let's see. Okay? But are you getting any compile time error now?
No, sir.
You're not getting any compile time error.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's print what is the first element. Okay. First element is. So what is the first element? How can you access the first element?
With
Zero,
index
sir.
numbers. 0.
With index
Array
number
name
0.
of 0. Array name of 0. Okay. So what is the last element? Last element means what you need to write. Just now I told formula.
Ovals
Array
dot
name
length.
Huh?
minus 1, sir.
Length minus 1.
Array name dot length minus 1. So why it is throwing error? It's a bigger compound expression. Expressions you have to keep in the brackets, round brackets. Okay, that's a problem. Okay, so done. Now print or iterate the array. So how can you print or iterate the array? So you can use a for each loop. So what is the data type of your array? What is the data type of your array?
Characters. Char.
Char. So some variable name v colon vowels array name. So then print your array. So v. I can use this /t. So I can bring the cursor to next line. Just printing. So for each loop ends. Okay. Same use normal for loop. So iterate array using normal for loop. So if you want, let me write a syntax also here. So for bracket data type, so variable colon array name. Right, logic. So that's the same I followed, right?
Yes, sir.
So here also let's follow the structure. First to know syntaxes. If you know the syntaxes, it's very easy. What is the syntax of normal for loop?
Initialization.
Initialization,
Condition.
condition,
Incrementation or
So
decrementation.
increment decrease.
increment or decrement. So this all by heart these syntaxes, so that you won't make any mistakes if you're writing loops. So initialization, from where you will start an array?
Characters. Character.
Where
Character.
start? I'm not asking data type. Initialization. Initialization means where you will start. What I told you, where array will start?
Zero
From index 0, sir.
Zero index.
Index, always fixed. This, if you want to start from the beginning, so your array index will be 0. 0 is what kind of data type?
Int, sir.
Int. So you have to write integer. So always with no arrays is 0. Our collections starts with 0 index. If you want to start from first element to last element, always first place you have to write initialization as a 0. So then condition. So condition is array name dot, so length and I plus plus. See, less than I am keeping. But how can you access array element? What is array accessing? How can you access array element?
Array name dot index.
Array name dot, no, array name square bracket. Okay. Array name square bracket index. Here, what is the index referring here in the normal for loop?
Ice.
I. So I is representing the index number in the normal for loop. That's it. And your array values will be printed. So then call this. Okay. So any questions? Okay. So now print array in reverse order. So reverse order means what? From last element to first element. Till now what we did? First element to last element we printed. Now what we need to do? Last element to first element you have to print. So can you tell me, so how can we do this? Last element to first element you have to print. How can you do that?
We can use for loop, sir.
Okay, for loop, correct?
Int I equal to
Int I equal to,
array dot length.
that is very important. Vowels dot length, array dot length. Last
Minus one.
text -1. That's
Minus
it.
one.
That's it. Then where it will no, I'll use a j. Different variable will use. Okay, let's use j. So next condition,
J is greater than or equal to 0, sir.
greater than or equal to 0. Till 0 you have to go. Then so
J
here
my
j
decrementation. J minus
decrementation. I told you always in the descending order you have to use a greater than symbol and decrement operator. So that's what. So how can you access this? So with the array name of, vowels of Z. So we can give x1. So take a print method. I don't want to print in the vertically. I want to print horizontally. That's why I'm just using this. So for loop, end of for loop. So for loop, print end of printing array in reverse order using for loop. Okay. So let's run this, okay? But if I want to run, what I need to do? Can I execute it directly like this?
No, sir.
So what is the procedure?
Calling the method.
You have to call the method names.
This method name you have to call inside the main method. So both are static, so directly you can call. So let's run this. See what is the problem? Just read it. I'm just coming. Just give me. Read it properly and understand I'm coming, okay? So read. Read that a complete exception and we
Correct.
Okay, so did you get answer? So why the program hasn't run? So where it stopped? Which line it stopped? Okay, let me give you clear. So read first this exception. E onwards you read exception in thread main. Java.lang.array index out of bounds exception. Index 5 out of bounds for length 5. So what I told you, when you will get array index out of bounds exception. So where you are getting also, it is a reason here. First in the main method you got line number 51. So this is the method you called. Then you go to this method. On this method, which line number? This is
23,
the
sir.
23 line number. So what is happening here? Why you are getting array index out of bounds exception?
It is
What we
beyond the
did?
size, sir.
Hmm?
More
It is
than
more
the
than the
index.
size.
We inserted more than the size of
Size.
your array. We are inserting it wrong index. The index and maximum is 4 only, 4 indexes only. But we inserted 5th index also. That means 6th element. The element, so 6 elements you cannot keep. Only 5 elements you can keep there. That is the main problem here. That's why it is not only. Then how to solve this? So you have to use a try catch block, but we don't know. Just comment out now, as of now. Okay. So now see your program will execute successfully. See, first element A, last element is 4. Why? So what mistake we did? This is wrong, right? We have to give array name of index. So vowels of the index. This is what you have to do. So you got a array name of the last element index. See, our code is wrong. We have to get the element name, but you are getting an index. But I'm not expecting index, right? That's why I'm fixing that. So what I need to do? Last element means array name of, here we have given a first element means array name of 0, I have given index. But the last element means first I need to write array name, right? Array name, square bracket, array name dot length -1. We have to give. So just run this. Now you got the value, right? This is the code fixes. We are going to do that. Any questions?
Yes.
Okay. So let's move on this. Okay. So next program. Okay, and I want to show one more, right? I'm giving a negative. What I'm doing, negative array,
Negative index.
negative array size. In this index is these ones, but this is not index, right? This is
Yes,
the
sir,
size.
yes, sir.
You see that? You compare here. You compare here. So size I am giving a negative. Then what kind of exception you will get?
Index bounds.
See that? Negative array size exception. What is the exception you will get? Negative
array
array
size. Very
exception you
size.
will get. Negative array size exception, you will get it. Okay. So that's what I have shown you all of them. So just restore back. So that's it. Any questions? You for loop you execute, then only you will get a proper idea. If you're not executing, it's not possible. Or you want me to explain this? It has to come from your side. You want me to execute or you're good here? Hmm? What? You're good or you?
Good, sir. No, okay, understand. Sir.
Okay. So let's move on to the next program. So I'm going to write a method which returns an array. Your method is going to return an array. So I want to generate a random array. So random numbers, it has to generate 5 random numbers in my array. So let's create a method which generates a random array. But return type. So return type. Return. So write a program. Generate random integer array. Random integer array. Okay. So click and I'm just putting so integer array. The return type is integer array. Get random array. So get random array. So you so size I am going to fix it here. Final int size equal to 5 elements I want. So first create an array. So data type. Again I'm writing why I'm writing understand. So you have to be very, very strong on these formulas. New data type size. So my array is this one, integer array. So random array equal to new int. So the size is, so you can give size variable. Already I declared size. Okay, already I declared. Now iterate. So iterate and store each random number. How can you generate the random numbers?
I have to use math class.
Math. How can you store? How can you store? So int I equal to 0, I less than size
Size.
and I plus plus. But how can it generate? So and store. So this is my array name. Array name of I. In this array, I want to store math dot random. Multiply by 100. So each time I'll generate the random number and I'm assigning to this array position. First I value is 0 and here first element will store. Then I value will increment and I value will change to second element. Then I value will come to third index. So third element, second index. And the second element, another integer value will go and store. So that's a position, one by one position, it will store. Here I changes, the value changes. It won't override. Okay, that's what you need to understand here. So any questions?
No, sir.
Are we good?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's it no, for the day. So next, I need to return, right? Return statement we forget. Which you need to return? This array, because here the array values are stored. So that you return it. So this is a return type method syntax. Okay. So next class, I'll explain. Tomorrow take a break and revise all the concepts and you can come back. Okay.
Yes, okay.
Yeah. Thank you.